Good evening. Happy Tuesday, my friends. Tuesday training is here. I am so excited to get to come and talk to you guys every single week about something new in our business. I don't know about you guys, but my business is very exciting. Is your business exciting? If not, it can be. It should be. This is the thing. I will tell you, when I originally started with Scentsy, while we're waiting for people to come on before I dive into our topic today, which is social media, I'll tell you a little bit about kind of how I got started with this. So when I first started, there wasn't a whole lot of social media things happening when it came to the world of Scentsy. We were really more home party based, event based, fundraisers, those kinds of things, right? It was a lot of that. Now, when we look at our businesses, right, we have the opportunity to do Facebook parties and I've seen TikTok parties, I've seen texting parties, scrolling parties, bingo party, whatever you want to call them, right? Anything that you can do virtual, you can do on social media now. And when I was getting started in building my business, I knew that social media was gonna kind of have to be my jam because I didn't have home party hosts. I didn't have those. And I wasn't somebody who could go and do events. For one, my husband and I work different shifts, so babysitting, that was an issue. And our schedules didn't line up because he would work like overnight, I would work during the day and on the weekends, I couldn't plan that stuff. And and I'll be completely honest, like between my back pain and things like that, like I couldn't lift all those things anyway, even if I tried like all by myself to do these huge events. So I knew that something was going to have to work for me, right? And so I said, okay, then it's got to be social media. There has to be a way for me to expand outside of my little local people and the people I know, right? I have to be able to find a way to do this because I want to succeed. So that's what I did. Nose to the grindstone. I started figuring it out. And let me tell you, I wasn't born a social media guru, okay? I'm not one of those people who just knew how to do everything, okay? I didn't grow up with a cell phone when I was younger. I honestly had to really just do my homework. And just like we say with this business, right? If you want this business to be successful and give you a sustainable monthly income that you can rely on, then you know what you have to do, right? You have to put the work in. You have to put the work in. You have to be intentional about what you're going to do in your business, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it, and then what are you going to do after that, right? Because follow-up is very important. So social media for me, like I said, I literally had to teach myself all the things in social media. So everything that I do in my business, it is because I have taken the time to learn how to do it. It's that simple. But again, that's not necessarily for everybody, right? And for me, I will tell you too, right? I started out with this as a hobby. It was not a business when I started out. So I wasn't as focused on my business at the beginning. I really wasn't. I was more focused on just kind of doing it, but I really wanted the community aspect of it. I loved that part because for me, as a mom who had been through a really bad divorce, and now had a younger baby again, was working, my husband was working, I didn't have time to have a social life, let alone really a whole lot of people that I did socialize with. Scentsy filled that void for me. And for me, that was a really big piece of it. That's what drove me in the very beginning to even click that join button. And then I decided I wanted to do it as a business. So I want to tell you guys right here and right now that I know myself and I know other leaders. And if you look on YouTube, if you follow other Scentsy consultants, right, you're going to see people doing lots of fancy things. Lots of things that you're like, there's no way. Either I can do that or I'll figure it out, or I don't understand. I've tried. It doesn't work for me. Whatever. Do not count yourself out. And I say that from my purest place in my heart, because if I had done that to myself, I certainly wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have all of you. I wouldn't have this amazing community of Scentsy friends, right? My Scentsy friends are like some of the closest people in my life. I wouldn't have any of that. And let's be really upfront and honest, I probably wouldn't be this version of myself if I hadn't have done those things, because Scentsy really made me push myself outside of my comfort zone. For some of you, this may sound really crazy, really insane, but I will have you know, I really am an introvert. Like, I could stay like huddled up in my house all day, every week, and not have a care in the world, have my groceries delivered, do all the things. Okay, I could do that. I could do that. But I do push myself out, and I do push myself to be on social media. So and if you're an introvert as well, right? So from one introvert to another, I'm going to tell you, you will make it through. You can survive this. You can do this. You can do the hard things, okay? I have a lot of anxiety. A lot of it is more social based. Our youngest, who's 13, she's just now learning about her social anxiety, right? So the point of all this, in saying all of this, is as much as you see me and others doing lots of things, don't play the comparison game. Go at your own pace and really figure out what you need to do that's going to work for you. What are the things that you can do that you are going to become habits, right? So what are the things that you're going to do continuously and consistently every single month? Because here's the thing, if I sat here and said, I'm going to do this whole long list of things this month and it's going to be amazing, but then next month I do 0. Well, what's going to happen is my train of success is going to start slowing down, okay? That is how this business works, especially in the culture that we live in, right? Let's be clear, we are living in a social media led environment, right? Where do you get your news? Where do you get your news? Do you watch it on TV? Maybe you still do. Maybe you catch the nightly news or your local news, right? I guarantee you that most of you are probably seeing the news even before you watch. If you do watch the news still on TV, you're probably seeing it online, right? You're either seeing it on Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or TikTok or wherever it is. You're seeing it happen. So while the majority of things happen online, we kind of have to evolve with it. So when it comes to social media, here are the things that you need to know. First and foremost, be authentically yourself. Be authentically yourself. You need to figure out your voice. Once you find your voice, that is you. That becomes uniquely you. Nobody else can match it. Nobody else can pretend to be you. Nobody else can do you like you do you, right? I know I've shared before that even when I would do my YouTube videos, my training videos and things like that, my unboxing videos for my customers, she's 13 now, but she literally was, 2.5, 3 years old, and she would be crawling all over me. She'd be into everything that I was pulling out of the box. It was the whole thing. I'd be like, oh my goodness. And then pretty soon I had to learn to just lean into it and just let it be, because that's who I was, right? I was a mom. I was a mom who worked during the day, was trying to build a Scentsy business and work her business at night and be consistent in everything that I was doing, and still be a mom and still be a wife and take care of the house and pay the bills and all the things, right? Do all the things. You guys, that's what people can relate to. And that's what people were able to relate in with me. Not just my customers, but also my team members. That's why they were joining me, because they were like, okay, if she can do it, then I can probably figure out a way to do it too, right? Maybe that's something I could do. Maybe that's something that I would be really good at. You never know who is watching on social media. All right, so on social media, pick your platform. We've talked about this before, but really, really pick your platform. And I want you to really focus on that platform. I don't know if you can even, I don't know if you can or cannot. On my dry erase board back here every single month, I redo it with my goals and everything that I'm working on. And so this month, actually, I am doing an Instagram focus. For me, my platform of choice is Instagram. I love Instagram. I am only on Facebook for y'all, for our group pages, to reach some customers, not most of my customers, but some customers, right? I honestly am not a fan of Facebook. I love Instagram. And because I love Instagram, I was like, I'm going to go all in on Instagram, and I am going to really focus a lot of my energy. Now, the thing with Instagram and Facebook are they're like sister and brother, right? They're intertwined. They're part of the Meta universe, I guess. I don't know, what are we calling it now? So they do have some really great similarities, but they also have the ability to do like that cross posting. So when we are talking about Instagram, here's the thing. Instagram used to be known for pictures. That was it, right? They didn't even have video. I know, it's hard to believe. They didn't even have video. It was literally pictures. And then slowly but surely, they started working in more video. And that's obviously when they really found that viewers and followers were really responsive to that, right? So here we are today. So we have Instagram Reels. We can go live on Instagram. You can go into your stories. You can be talking to the camera. You can show things that you're doing. You can share memes. You can share quotes. You can do all the things. I personally really look at the stories feature as more of like my behind the scenes kind of thing, right? Because stories disappear after 24 hours unless you make them a highlight in your highlight reel. But one of the greatest things with that, so for me, for my Instagram focus, is when I'm posting on Instagram, specifically in my stories, I have it so it automatically posts to my Facebook. So I'm getting both, right? I'm getting both. I'm getting Instagram, and then I'm feeding Instagram into my Facebook. So I'm getting that interaction piece from that. You could do the same thing if you're more Facebook and you're like, maybe I want to dip my toe into the Instagram field, right? Or Instagram pool. I want to learn Instagram a little bit more. I want to establish a little bit more into Instagram. So when you're on Facebook, you have the ability to link your Instagram account, and then anything that you post in a story, things like that, right? You can share into your Instagram. So think about those things, okay? Kind of keep that in the back of your mind. So my focus is Instagram this month. I'm really diving into that. I am utilizing the majority of the features that Instagram offers. And here's what I want to share with you guys when it comes to social media, whatever platform it is that you're on. When you're on that platform and you are posting, there's a couple things that you really need to do, and do every single time. So do it consistently, okay? You need to be doing these things every single time. You need to be informative. You need to be authentic. You need to have a purpose for what it is you're sharing, right? Have a purpose in mind, specifically if it's coming to business things. But don't use it as a diary, right? You can share some of your things, but not everybody wants to hear about all aspects, right? They just don't. They want like the Cliff Notes version. So give them the Cliff Notes. And another thing is when you are posting business related items, hashtags. Okay, use your hashtags. If your Instagram is private, that's fine. I don't tell anybody how to run their business, right? I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. What I will tell you is this. If you are posting on Instagram or even Facebook, and you are not making the post, or on Instagram, your whole Instagram has to be either private or public. It's one of the two, right? That's just the way that it works. With Facebook, you can always change the audience. You can either be public, you can just share it with friends, you can just share it with certain people. You can really get really in depth with things on Facebook more than Instagram. But let me tell you this, if you are just sharing things, and maybe you're sharing a picture of, maybe it's your brick samples that you're sending out, or you're making, or you want to start talking about bricks that are coming out, right? What you want to be doing is you want to be using hashtags, right? So be looking for hashtags such as, right, who is your target audience? Who are you looking for? For me, one of the greatest things that I have seen work for me in my business is using hashtags that are not only relevant to what I'm sharing, so like fragrance or fragrance obsessed, or, scented or home decor or whatever, right? Boho, whatever style you are looking at, or, hashtag ways to decorate, things like that, right? All those things. One of the things that I have found that has helped me grow my local business is to start hashtagging my city. Okay. So use my city. I happen to live in Lee Summit, Missouri. We're right outside of Kansas City. Okay. So I will hashtag Lee Summit or Lee Summit Mo. I will also go a couple steps further with that, right? Because not only do I want to capture the people who are local to me, I really want to capture my target audience. And who is my target audience? Well, it's probably Lee Summit moms, or Lee Summit stay-at-home moms, or Lee Summit moms. I don't know, my mind's going blank. It's been a very long day, right? You get the point though, right? That's my target audience. That's who I'm looking for. Lee Summit moms who decorate or things like that, right? And it may seem like, oh, well, nobody's probably using that hashtag. Here's the thing. It's going to help you get more eyeballs on what it is you're posting. But what you have to remember is if your Instagram is not public, those hashtags mean nothing. The same thing on Facebook. If you are making a post on Facebook and it is not a public post, any of the hashtags that you have in there are not going to get you any reach. So it's just literally extra clutter on your post. Take it off. You might as well take it off if it's not public. So if you are someone who you're like, I don't want my Instagram to be public, fine. Create one that is just for your business, okay? Do it that way. If you need to keep your personal Instagram personal, then by all means. I know that there are many, many reasons out there that you need to do that, and I fully support that, and I fully understand that. So just simply make a new account. You can do that, okay? You can have as many as you'd like, really. But make a new account and then use it in that way, right? Make it public. Use those hashtags. Look for your target audience. If you're taking a picture of you changing the wax and it's right next to these beautiful spring flowers from your garden, right? Then what I want you to be looking for is look for descriptive words of whatever your picture is and start thinking of the hashtags that go along with that, right? So maybe it would be fragrance obsessed. Maybe it would be spring flowers, or Mayflower, or April showers bring Mayflower, whatever that saying is, right? Anyway, the whole point, right? That's the whole point, right? So you want to look at your picture. What can you highlight? What is standing out to you? And then also start trying to use those local hashtags. I am telling you from experience, I have been able to grow my local business that way. And I know that's why I'm getting it, because of how I'm getting the orders, right? So it is working. Oh, Heather, I love that. Yes. So she's sharing, yes, that her Scentsy, she's got an Instagram for Scentsy. She's got an Instagram that's personal, right? And she's noticing that. That is so true, right? So you have to just continuously be doing it. Now, when we are talking about Instagram and also Facebook, because it is kind of following the trend, okay, they do like us to utilize the features that they're really passionate about, like Reels, okay? Reels are very, very popular. So Instagram's algorithm, anytime you post a reel and you include hashtags, like you're doing all the right things, okay, it's going to push it out there to more people. And the more consistent you are in posting, the more you're going to show up for the people who are following you. All right. So utilize the features that the platform offers. If you're on TikTok, for example, right, maybe you want to go live every so often. Same thing with Instagram. Same thing with Facebook. I know that you've heard a lot of Facebook marketing out there. Okay. Same thing, right? Going live when you unbox something. Don't always go live on Facebook. Maybe if you want to try growing that Instagram, do a short live on Instagram. Okay, it can be even opening the same box you just did live on Facebook. They don't care. What your followers are really looking for is to see the product, get your opinion on it. Because why? Because even though you may not think so, they believe and they think that you are the person who knows about the scents, right? You are their Scentsy consultant, or the Scentsy consultant that maybe they haven't yet bought from, but they're going to, right? They're looking at you to be the so-called, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the guru. I don't know. That's not really the word I was looking for. But anyway, you get the point, right? They're looking at you because they're like, okay, they know Scentsy. They're going to know if this is a good scent or not, right? So share that passion, share that excitement. While you can maybe do it in a picture, I will tell you that it's much easier to do it when it's on a video, okay? Now, for those of you who haven't yet pushed yourself out and you're like, no, I'm still not comfortable on camera, that's fine. You know my rule. I will always tell you if you're not comfortable on camera, then, try. I do encourage you to try, push outside of that comfort zone. But if you're just not there yet, then by all means, prop your phone up however you need to prop it up. If you don't have a holder, I don't care. For years, I would take whatever was handy. Like if I had a box, I would set the box up and set my phone up in some way. I've even seen, I just saw a whole thing yesterday about somebody saying, hey, I don't have a tripod. How can I do this? And it wasn't anything sensor related. It was honestly about an app that I use for my stop motion, which is called Life Lapse, by the way. LIFELAPSE, Life Lapse. It's really great if you want to do like those stop motion videos. Anyway, squirrel. The point being is they had somebody comment saying, but I don't have a tripod. And they literally showed a picture of like a boot and where somebody had taken their phone and literally like taken their phone. This is one of my older phones. Taken their phone and like stuck it in the boot, right? And that's how they were recording. That's the point I'm getting at, okay? You don't have to have all the fancy things. You don't have to unbox everything, and just because you've already opened it doesn't mean that you can't go live again. You can go live again. People don't care. They want to see your excitement. They want to hear about it. They want to know about it. So that's what we're looking to share, right? We want to share those moments. So start looking for ways that you can incorporate on your social media pieces of you, so things that you like to do that are outside of Scentsy, and incorporate your Scentsy into that. Now, maybe you're a big reader. You love books. You're all about reading the latest and greatest books, right? The novels. When you're reading a book, maybe you want to take a picture of it because you're just like, oh, I'm in love with this book. It's so good. I want to share it. I want to take a picture. That's what we do nowadays, right? I love my food. It's so amazing, right? I want to take a picture of my food, whatever. Okay. So when you're taking a picture of the book, maybe you've got a warmer in the background. Maybe you got a fragrance flower sitting next to it on in the bathroom. Go grab your fragrance flower, go set it up on your counter or your workspace, and then put your book down and then take a picture of it. What are you doing? You're sharing something that you love. You're looking for people who can relate to something that you're already talking about. Maybe it's the new Colleen Hoover. Hoover? Is that her name? Colleen Hoover? I don't know. I don't have much time to read those fun books anymore. Taking a picture of the book, right? So you're going to capture people who are maybe readers who want to read that book. And then what are you doing? You're also nonchalantly showing your Scentsy. Now, you don't have to come even right out and talk about Scentsy. But the whole point is integrating Scentsy into the other things that you're sharing. Because what that does is it starts to show how your life and Scentsy all run together. Why? Because we work this business as moms, wives, husbands, grandparents, sisters, brothers, uncles, whatever, right? We are people. We are people who decided to work this as a business because we are working towards goals. We're looking to get ahead on those bills. We are looking to take care of some things, right? We're looking for whatever it is, whatever those goals are. Those are the things that people can relate to. And when they start to see how you're integrating Scentsy into your life and your life into Scentsy, all of those things really become one and they mesh together. Yes. I'm not even gonna lie. I've propped my phone up with a rubber band before. Okay, when I was originally making YouTube videos, right? Like I didn't even have a phone holder. I had nothing. I was still YouTubing how to YouTube, right? I was figuring it all out, and I would just stack whatever I could that my phone would sit at just the right angle so I could record long enough. And then sometimes, she would be running around, and if she knocked it over, I'd be like, oh, dang it, now I gotta reshoot the whole video. Because I didn't even know how to edit back then, right? The point being is you just start doing it, and you do it consistently, and you keep showing up. Thank you, Heather. Bless your heart. I love you. You just keep showing up. And that's the thing, right? People buy from people. They don't buy from businesses. People buy from people, not from businesses. People are buying from you. Share you. Share the things that you love. What is it about Scentsy in your house that you absolutely love? Is it a certain warmer? It doesn't have to be a brand new warmer, okay? Maybe you don't have any of the new warmers. Maybe you don't have any of the new scents. That's okay. What do you have? What do you use in your house? Share those things. Using hashtags is going to help you gain reach. Remember, when you're using hashtags, you need to be public. You just do. And like I said, and like Heather's talked about too, right? If you don't want that personal profile out there, then just make one that is going to be public. And you know that whatever you're going to post over there is going to be public, right? You still want to work in personal stuff with it, but it doesn't have to be that personal, okay? You can be more generic personal. You get the point. The same thing can happen when you're on Facebook, the same thing on TikTok, the same thing on Pinterest. Now, Pinterest, I will say this, Pinterest has a whole section of like little video shorts, reels. I think they call them idea pins, because when I pin, like I usually will take one of my reels. Let me tell you about this first before I get into the Pinterest thing. Okay. I will do a reel, and then I will save the reel to my phone. And then I will put my reel on Instagram, and then I will probably go into my VIP, if it's like a customer reel or something that's really talking about products, right? I will usually share it in my VIP group as a reel. Then I will go on to my personal Facebook and share it as a reel. Then I'll go into TikTok, upload it as a reel. Then I'll go into Pinterest and click on Idea Pin, and you can upload videos there as a video, as a reel, whatever, right? Putting it up on there. Same thing on Twitter. You can repurpose your content, is my point. So if you think that you're like, oh, I'm on Facebook. Oh, well, now I got to make one for Facebook and one for Instagram. And oh, I was thinking about getting started with Pinterest. You don't have to do 3 separate things. Do the one thing and share that content. Okay? Work smarter, not harder. Create good content, and you'll be able to use it anywhere. That's the real, like, golden nugget out of all of this, okay? So when you start reusing that content, that is your content. Do you know how many times that I've gone back to like an older reel that I've done? And when I say older, it's like maybe like a year, 2 years ago, whatever. I don't know. I mean, they're not that old. But the point being is I will go back to a previous reel and pull it forward and reuse it again. Why? Because it was good content. And it's my content. I own it. You own your content. Not Facebook. They don't own it. Not Instagram. They don't own it. They have the rights to it. That is your content. So use it wherever you would like. And then when you're on the different platforms, if you're going to do a reel and post it to Instagram, then go on Facebook, then go on TikTok, use some of their specific stickers or it's been such a long day. Filters. That's what I was trying to say. Filters. Use different filters, right? How do you not run out of storage? Excellent question, Linda. Okay, here's the thing, my love. So, I do back everything up to my iCloud. I'm an Apple person. But I do know that if you're not Apple, it's fine. I still love all of you Droid people. I do. I love you all. But what I will say is you can save those things. You've got a Google Drive, or you can get one. You can create one, right? It's free. You can do a Google Drive. You can save it on there. You can save it, You could save it on there. If you've got a computer or a laptop you use, you could save it on there. A lot of them I personally do not save on my phone directly, because I really have been trying to be better about not saving everything on my phone. Another thing that I have done and I do, which is why this phone is out. This is like my, I think this is the XS coming. If you have a phone that you no longer use, you can use that as storage as well. I know, it's amazing. So, it's Max, Linda. Okay, all right. So Google Drive, iCloud, there's also Dropbox that you can use as well. But by all means, I mean, if you're starting to run out of storage, then, I mean, it comes down to the point where we're like, okay, now it's time to cut the cord. We got to get rid of the fluff, right? Not everything that we do is something that we're going to want to save forever. I've been in that boat too, okay? I'm not even going to tell you how many thousands of pictures I deleted off of my phone just last week. Like literally over 3,000 pictures on my phone. What was the reason for me having that many pictures? I'm not going back to look at them. I'm not. So take away the ones that you don't need. Do a little bit of a clean out if you need to. Call it your spring cleaning. And then you can hop on there and then you can do that. But there are some other ways. You can even save it on a Facebook page and then go back and re-download it after, you know, when you're ready to reuse it. So there's a couple different ways there, but we can talk more about that. So social media, you're going to focus on utilizing the content. You're going to focus on utilizing hashtags. You're going to get more creative with your posts by using those hashtags. You're going to look for ways that you can share and integrate your life into your Scentsy business, okay? You can share by going live or even recording and then uploading it, right? And share that excitement that you have, whether it's about just a scent, a bar, a new warmer. It doesn't even have to be something that you have yet. Like I said, maybe you're just looking through the catalog and you want to do a catalog walkthrough. That's a really great way to showcase maybe your 5 top warmers. And you can say, you know what, guys, here's my top 5 wish list of the ones that I wish, if I didn't have, you know, a budget, these would be the 5 that I would buy today, right? Share those and share what you love about them. Because it really, again, people buy from people, not from businesses. That's what you're looking to do, is to create those relationships. And when you create those relationships, people are going to like, know, and trust you. And those are the people that they end up buying from. Those are the people they end up following. Those are the people that they may end up joining. All right, guys, I could talk about social media all night long, but I do have to go and finish dinner with my husband. So we're going to go do that. I've got some training coming up that's more hands-on for those of you who are interested or need help in Excel. I'm going to be recording that training and getting that up this week. So if you're watching this and you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and follow. Those of you here in the group, you know I'll be posting it right here first and foremost before it even goes to the YouTube. So that's going to be coming. So for those of you maybe who need a little bit of help with Excel or want to start to learn it better, or just have never really figured it out, that video is coming up. So, all right. I love you all. It is so good to see you guys too. I love you, ladies. Thank you guys for hopping on, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.